You might look mature, but are you emotionally mature? Having a beard or a degree does not guarantee that you know how to manage the storm of your feelings. In today's journey, we explore the difference between the appearance of maturity and the lived reality of managing emotions with true wisdom and self-awareness. We all face times when our external show does not reflect our inner state, and that gap can lead to misunderstandings, stress, and conflict. In this video, we'll guide you through a process that helps bridge that gap, taking you from reactive impulsiveness to thoughtful responsiveness. Imagine waking each day with the confidence that your emotions serve as guiding lights rather than unpredictable obstacles. Picture a life where the anger triggered by a careless comment or the sting of disappointment does not overwhelm you. In that vision, you remain in control, nurturing resilience and empathy, even on your most challenging days. That vision is the promise of emotional maturity, a transformation that begins by understanding who we truly are inside. It all begins with a simple question: what are you feeling right now? Before emotions gain control, pause and ask yourself, what led me here? This is the cornerstone of becoming emotionally mature. Recognizing your emotions is the first step to mastering them. Often, you might experience irritation over a trivial matter, like your brother devouring the last donut, only to have it escalate into a moment you regret. By identifying what you're feeling, anger, frustration, sadness, you begin to untangle the web of emotions that shape your reactions. Start by keeping a journal. Write down your feelings as they arise. List the moments when irritation, sadness, or joy touches you more profoundly than you expected. This act of writing not only clears your mind, but also builds a map of emotional triggers. Over time, you will notice patterns emerge. Awareness is power, and with it, you can decide not to allow small irritations to turn into disproportionate reactions. In this way, journaling becomes a daily anchor that keeps you grounded. Once you have a clearer understanding of your internal landscape, the next step is to practice mindfulness, a method of truly being present in each moment. Slow down, breathe, and bring your awareness to the here and now. When you are fully present, you allow room to process feelings instead of letting them accumulate into a storm of negativity. Mindfulness teaches you to observe your emotions without judgment, and this observation can transform reactive behaviors into measured responses. In these moments of calm, you build resilience and prevent small sparks from igniting large fires within you. The journey to emotional maturity also includes cultivating empathy. Empathy is the gift of understanding another's emotional experience from their perspective. You might find that by empathizing with someone else's struggles, you reduce the intensity of your own. For instance, when you hear a friend talk about their stress at work, try to truly listen without holding back judgment or a need to fix everything immediately. Allow yourself to share in their experience. This openness deepens connections, making your relationships richer and more balanced. It is through empathy that the seeds of emotional maturity blossom into supportive and trusting relationships. However, emotional growth is not just about feeling and understanding. It also involves learning to manage conflicts effectively. Picture a scenario where a minor disagreement escalates into a full-blown argument. The conflict is not with the other person, but with the unregulated surge of emotions within yourself. Conflict resolution starts when you take the time to de-escalate, when you carefully choose words that heal rather than hurt. Instead of reacting impulsively, pause, gather your thoughts, and consider the impact of your words. In doing so, you demonstrate responsible emotional control. You show that you value your relationships more than momentary venting of frustration. Setting healthy boundaries is another essential strategy in becoming emotionally mature. Often, we find ourselves overwhelmed because we say yes when we really need to say no. Your emotional well-being depends on the ability to set limits with others. Understand that it is perfectly acceptable to protect your space. By communicating your needs clearly, you invite respect and understanding into your relationships. Remember that boundary setting is not a rejection of others, but a commitment to self-care. When you honor your limits, you honor your emotional health, and in turn, you build a resilient inner core. An integral part of emotional maturity is taking consistent care of your physical body. The mind and body are interconnected. A well-nourished body leads to a well-nourished mind. Simple practices like maintaining a balanced diet, engaging in regular exercise, and ensuring adequate rest directly influence your ability to manage stress and regulate your emotions. Self-care is not selfish. It is an essential component of emotional intelligence. When you invest in your physical well-being, you create a stable foundation for experiencing and processing complex feelings with clarity and strength. Emotional maturity is also marked by the willingness to embrace vulnerability. Showing vulnerability requires immense courage, but it is a powerful way to build trust and deepen relationships. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you acknowledge that you are human and that it is okay not to have every answer. This act of openness invites others to share their struggles and provides a pathway for mutual understanding. Embrace the imperfections of life and see them as opportunities for growth rather than signs of weakness. Vulnerability ultimately unlocks a sense of freedom and authenticity that is at the heart of true emotional maturity. As you progress on this journey, actively seeking feedback from trusted individuals plays a vital role. Often, it is hard to see our own blind spots. Constructive feedback from friends, family members, or mentors can illuminate aspects of our behavior that we may have overlooked. Approach these insights with an open mind and see them as valuable perspectives that complement your journey towards self-improvement. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but feedback is a stepping stone to progress. Embracing others' views teaches you humility and helps you grow into a more balanced individual. Finally, remind yourself that emotional maturity is not a destination, but a continuing process. Life will always present challenges, and with each challenge, you have the opportunity to learn, adapt, and flourish. Commit to personal growth by keeping the spark of curiosity alive in your everyday life. Pursue knowledge, reflect on your experiences, and make adjustments as necessary. It is this lifelong commitment to learning and self-awareness that transforms everyday moments into stepping stones for true emotional evolution. Let us revisit the 8 ways to become more emotionally mature that we have explored in this journey. First, identify your emotions by asking yourself what you are truly feeling and acknowledging those feelings without judgment. Second, practice mindfulness by centering yourself in the present moment to prevent minor irritations from escalating into overwhelming reactions. Third, cultivate empathy to connect more deeply with those around you, understanding that their struggles and your own are part of a shared human experience. Fourth, learn to manage and resolve conflicts by pausing before reacting and choosing words that heal rather than harm. Fifth, set healthy boundaries as a form of self-care, ensuring that you protect your emotional space while nurturing respectful relationships. Sixth, care for your physical body through balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and proper rest, recognizing that physical well-being supports emotional stability. Seventh, embrace vulnerability by allowing yourself to be open and authentic, building trust through shared experiences. And eighth, seek constructive feedback from those who care about you, using their insights as guidance for continuous personal growth. By integrating these strategies into your daily life, you can shift from a state of emotional reactivity to one of thoughtful, well-managed interactions. The process may seem gradual at first, but every step you take builds upon the last, forming a strong foundation for managing the emotional challenges that life invariably presents. With each day, you can refine your approach, balancing self-care with empathy and assertiveness with vulnerability. These practices form a bridge from the world of impulsivity and unregulated emotion to one of clarity, understanding, and lasting personal growth. In moments when you feel overwhelmed or uncertain, remember that each small effort contributes to a larger transformation. Think of it as a journey where every interaction, every pause to breathe, and every instance of self-reflection compounds into a more resilient you. Growth is not measured solely by major milestones, but by the consistent, everyday actions that build a richer, more fulfilling life. Your commitment to gain control over your emotions is as powerful as it is transformative. Today, as you embark on this journey towards emotional maturity, allow yourself the space to be perfectly imperfect. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Know that every challenge you overcome makes you stronger and more capable of handling the intricacies of your emotional world. In nurturing self-awareness, managing conflicts, and embracing both vulnerability and resilience, you lay the groundwork for a balanced, empowered life. The transition from appearing mature to being truly emotionally mature is not an overnight accomplishment. It is a continuous path paved with insights, struggles, and triumphs. When you walk away from this conversation, let your new awareness guide you. Be patient with yourself and treat each obstacle as an opportunity to grow. Maintain your journal, practice mindfulness, set boundaries, care for your body, and seek out moments to listen compassionately to both yourself and those around you. In closing, remember that emotional maturity is a journey of continual self-discovery and improvement. It is not defined by outward appearances or achievements, but by the quiet strength to feel, understand, and respond with wisdom and care. Take these 8 tools with you, and every challenge becomes a chance to refine your inner strength. Stay true to your path, and let the pursuit of personal growth guide you every day. Begin your transformation today. Embrace these practices and become emotionally mature.